Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, August 16th, 2017 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today, connection to joy in this moment brings me into balance. And today, we've got a very interesting chart going on. If you want to see the chart, I posted on my Facebook page. There is a lot going on, but I do have a few focus points that I want to look at. So, a lot going on. We have the moon in Gemini. The moon in Gemini is activating a bit of a mutable cross. So all the mutable signs are represented and they are kind of pulling into each other. Mutable crosses, what I say with those is that it's kind of like coming to a crossroads and it can bring up indecision. Mutable signs are so changeable. It's like, I could go this way or I could go that way. I could go this way and I could go that way. And as changes in the air with this eclipse corridor building into the eclipse, we really may feel that confusion. Come into your center. Find your joy, find your balance here, and let yourself move from that centered, joyful, balanced place. If you are moving from the unbalanced place, you're likely to fall over. And you don't need to fall over. You don't need that energy right now. So we have that going on. We have, the cardinal T-square still working us. A little, it's widened a bit, but it's still working us. And we actually have Venus square Jupiter today. So Pluto is still playing into that, but Pluto is at 17 degrees, but Pluto is a major player today. So we can't discount the Pluto. But we do have that cross going on. That cross, to me, again, is saying you've got to find your balance. There may be resistance in doing this process of self-love. That resistance may come where it comes to nurturing yourself, but you do have to show up for yourself. You do have to show up for the worth of yourself, and your life will fall out. Your life will play out according to the worth that you are showing, offering, bringing yourself in and of this moment. Love yourself, nurture yourself. This is part of the process of balance. What we have today, besides that, is we have this Pluto Yod going on. Now it's going to be it's a fast moving Yod because the moon is actually holding up one point of this Yod. So we have the moon in Gemini, and that will be in conjunct Pluto. And then we have Mars in Leo, in conjunct Pluto. Now, all of this will be happening at 17 degrees. That is that degree of 8, ultimately, the degree of showing up for your transformation, showing up for your transformation process in order to be empowered. Pluto, ultimately, like I say, is transformation for empowerment. So where is it in your life that you need to be empowered? Well, Moon in Gemini is willing to ask the questions. Moon in Gemini is willing to get curious. Moon in Gemini is willing to inspect and asking the parts like, oh, do I need to look there? Do I need to look there? Do I need to look there? But now where I want to tell the Moon in Gemini to look is into your heart of hearts, into your passion. That's Mars in Leo. And so we've been taught so many times that, some religions, some theories, Buddhism teaches, desire. Desire is the root of all suffering. I don't believe that. I believe that, and we'll get into it, this card is so powerful and good that we have today. I believe that there are some desires that come from ego. And we can get caught up in these egoic desires. And so those are not the desires we want to feed into. We want to feed into the soul desire, the authentic passion, soul fire. That's where we want to move from in and through this. And this is part of this transformation process. This is part of this empowerment process. This is part of the Pluto Yod. If you are asking the questions, making the connections with that moon in Gemini, and then trusting and moving in the direction of your authentic soul passion in these authentic desires, this is a day of quantum leap. It is a day of true empowerment, but you have to tune into the heart and get past the ego. And maybe that's where the connections and the questions need to be asked. Maybe that moon in Gemini needs to ask, is this ego or is this true love? Is this what am I getting from this? If there's an Osho quote, do I have it on my thing? Oh, I hope I do. I've had it on my desktop for so long. I have it. Love is happy when it's able to give something. The ego is happy when it's able to take. So I've had that sitting on my desktop for a while. That may be the question that we want this moon in Gemini to investigate in order to take us into this joy, into this energy. I believe we've been given these soul desires in order to take us deeper on our soul path. First, you've got to find your balance. You got to find that joyful place where you're content in this moment. You're content and balanced, satisfied, peaceful in this place. And then from that centered place, move into these soul joyful passions. And I think the soul joyful passions, they're glad for the journey. It's not just about the arrival for them. They're like, yes, this journey, this is part of it. I signed up for all of this. I'm going to get juicy in this. I think that's also important when it comes to the self-love. Be enjoying the journey part of it. It's so interesting because this is my only upright card today. Take off the masks. Don't worry about the future. Don't worry about it. You're moving. Don't fight the process. Breakthrough's coming. But all you have to do is be in this playful moment, in this energy. Sun in Leo, Moon in Gemini is overall a very joyful experience. Now, I said in GPS this week that there may be Gemini experiences with this. There may be those who are ready to be out there and connecting. And it may also be a time of hermiting and going within. My feeling is, before we want to connect out there, we really do have to get clear within, in this center, in this joy, in this playfulness, in this heart energy, so that we can connect authentically out there and not be showing up in that masked, politic, fake energy, because the world is standing for fakeness less and less. And we want to be on the leading edge of not being fake. We want to be on the leading edge of being true to soul, heart, love, passion, peace, energy that radiates from within. So, that being said, Pluto Yod, transformation for empowerment, that Venus-Jupiter square going on. The moon is making all of the rest of the connections throughout the day. The moon in Gemini is connecting to Mercury. You're asking some more questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to even question yourself. Don't be afraid to question your motives. And if you find a motive that is not true to your soul, how beautiful to be able to eclipse that out. I had a client today. She's like, what am I eclipsing from my life? Well, motives that are not joyful, love, playful motives. Motives that do come from this masked energy. I cannot wait to read you this. This is so good, this card. Moon is also going to be squaring Neptune. I told you we have this mutable cross. My feeling is with this is even questioning spiritual rules, spiritual laws that you've put upon yourself. Is this true? Is this authentic with your soul? So often we get caught in the shoulds and should nots. You shouldn't desire anything because desire is bad. Well, ego desire is not ultimately going to serve you, but the heart desires, wow, they take you and move you forward onto your path. So let's not throw desire out with the bathwater, Let's utilize its beautiful, authentic energy. Let's utilize its light energy in our lives. The moon is also going to be opposing, so more of this mutable T-square, Saturn. More of those shoulds coming up. Well, should I do this? Should I follow this? Well, what's your heart saying? What is the beat of your heart saying? Follow that. Listen to that. Honor that. Shift out the beliefs that tell you otherwise. Besides that, the moon, like I said, is connecting to Mars. We already talked about that as part of that Pluto Yod. Question your passion. Question where this motivation is coming from. That will serve you. Question how and why you are showing up in this motivation. Is it true to you? Keep asking it. Is it true to me? Is it true to my heart? This eclipse that's coming about. To me, it's all about love. It's all about getting into the authentic vibration of love. And it has been so distorted. And we all do carry some of those distortions because we see it and we're taught it all the time. So it's just like, it's a sorting process. It's totally a Mercury retrograde in Virgo process. Sorting it out. Nope, this isn't love for me. Yes, this is love for me. Nope, this isn't, this is. So asking those questions will sort it. And the moon will also connect to Jupiter. Find your balance. Jupiter in Libra. Find your balance in and through this. And you may find yourself standing on one leg throughout the day. Come back into balance. What do I need to give myself right now to bring myself back into balance? It will be very powerful. This is powerful energy that we're working through. It's a lot, but it's very powerful. Oh my gosh. This card that I got, I was like, wow. I didn't even know this was in the deck. I have not pulled it yet. The Initiator. I align, I challenge, I clarify. Truth. Quantum leap. We are definitely going through that. Risk, growth, breakthrough, adventure, and power. And I want to read almost all of this thing. Okay, this is the archetype of the Initiator. You are summoning into your sphere people and circumstances that will demand risk and rapid growth of you. This archetype calls you to recognize and authentically embrace your power. Ask yourself, what part of my power has not been fully freed into love? Consider how you are holding self-love and power in combination. Lack of self-love is the singular basis of all power struggles, both personal and collective. When you love yourself, you begin to see the innate connection to all that is. Gosh, this is like almost my horoscope. And I have to tell you, I wrote out most of this horoscope before I pulled this card. Like, it pulls it all together. It's so crazy. When you love yourself, you begin to see the innate connection to all that is. Not loving yourself is the source for misuse of power, which separates rather than unifies. The cultural definition of power is successful use of the ego mind to get what it thinks it wants at any cost. We don't want to do that. No more of that. Look at what that's brought us. No more of that. This is actually an act of self-destruction, trying to get the world to see it your way with your clever mind. Wow. How powerful is this? Let's see. So, this is going to bring initiators into your life who challenge your consciousness to complete unfinished pieces of your soul polishing. This is the gift that Sorry, I can't read right now. The gift in this is that difficult initiations offer a chance for you to break through and free deeply ingrained, repetitive mental patterns. Receiving this card in your reading is a mythical call that leads you to a quantum leap in consciousness. You are on the growth edge. You are on the leading edge. Observe what is being brought into your life rather than your usual mode of trying to figure it out and make it happen. Initiators offer challenges that shatter the inherent limitations of your world. Breathe through, embrace any fears that arise, and instead of cursing, offer gratitude to your present circumstances, no matter what they may be, because they are definitely helping you align, challenge, clarify, initiate yourself into this trueness of heart, into this trueness of love that you can and will be offering this world on a greater basis through this eclipse pattern. So, wow, that is it. Just that. Just work through that today. That's all. No biggie. Book a reading if you want to dive deeper into your personal chart, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.